full gear and that lets you save.
Who cares?
True Form Life.
Green look on.
You've just tuned in to another episode of Exploring Mind and Body. I'm your host, True Form's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. So let me fill you in on what we've got. Mind and Body's going controversial. Today I'm calling out those gimmicks and magic pills. That's right, we're going to talk about everybody's favorite topic, those six-pack abs and common myths we buy into every day. We've also got a 2-for-1 recipe and recipe of the week, along with the questions sent in by you in Real People, Real Results. All that and so much more coming up on...
This is Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Tadia, fitness expert on 96.5 CKFM. This segment brought to you by Shoppers Drug Mart.
I told you at the beginning of the show I'm going to tell you the truth about abs, so let's get into it right now. When I used to spend way too many hours in the gym, one of the most frequent questions I got was, what kind of sit-ups can I do to target my core? What kind of exercises can I do that will reduce my stomach fat? Or how can I get those six-pack abs? I'm not talking about beer. We're going to run through some tips right now. The first thing I'm going to tell you may come as a shock, but it needs to be said. Sit-ups is the last thing you should worry about if you're trying to get rid of belly fat. We all have abs. We all have a flat stomach. The problem is many of us can't see it. On top of that, we have been misinformed about how to get them. We are bombarded with all these fitness equipment that guarantees us it will give us those washboard abs. More on that later, but let's continue with sit-ups. You can do sit-ups for endless hours, and you won't notice an ounce of difference if you're not eating properly. So the number one way to get those washboard abs is to focus on nutrition. You have to eat healthier to get rid of that midsection fat. Sorry folks, there's no way around it. Change the way you eat if you want to give yourself a chance at those washboard abs. Let's take care of the gimmick question, because that comes up a lot. If I had a dime for as many times as someone asked me if this gimmick or that gimmick works, let me sum it up. They don't. The fitness industry is a billion-dollar business, and a good portion of that is quick fixes. Only 10 minutes a day this, 5 minutes a day that. I got to tell you, if you hear a product advertising their product alone will guarantee you results, I can guarantee you their claims are false. We're all looking for that quick fix, that magic pill. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't exist. We work hard to get the results we're after. There's no two ways about it. There are many things you can do to change up your routine, but when it comes down to it, if you're not willing to put in the effort, you won't reach your goals. There's no magic pill or quick fix machine that will rip up your abs in only minutes a day. The fitness industry preys on people being uneducated about not only their product, but about fitness in general. If we knew better, there wouldn't be thousands and thousands of these products out there. They are made because we believe what they're advertising. We believe there's a quick fix, and we believe their product will work. So spending and spending until we have dozens of what I like to call expensive clothes hangers sitting in our basements or garages. Of course, there are a few programs you can buy that work and do show positive results, but they usually come with a trainer, a number of CDs, and a nutrition plan. The main idea I'm talking about right here are those quick fix gimmicks. Toss those gimmicks aside and put in some hard work if you really want to show those abs. Let me offer a few words about those magic pills that goes right along with these gimmicks. It seems like every time there's a new magazine coming out, there's a new magic pill. Something new that will burn that body fat by just taking a pill. I like to ask a better question when we want a better answer. So let's say there was a magic pill. Let's say all these claims are actually true, and all you had to do was pop a pill and voila, off goes the fat. Don't you think this would be a gold mine? Don't you think this would only be an over-the-counter drug due to billions of revenue? Do you think our growing obesity rate would be diminished in no time? There would no longer be obese or out-of-shape people. Pop this pill and our body fat troubles are over. Many times the main ingredient in these energy, burn fat pills is caffeine. Read the back of the label. It's simple. There could be a number of ingredients which all point towards caffeine, all in which you can be certain of this will speed up your heart rate. If I could say one thing to anyone considering this idea who wants to live healthier, it would be stay away. Not only do these pills increase our resting heart rate, which means our heart rate is working overtime when we're doing nothing, but what do you think happens to your heart when you jump into strenuous exercise when your heart is already pumping at a rate it's not used to? I hear it all the time. They give me more energy. They give me a boost when I'm in the gym, or it pushes me to work harder. Let me share one of my little secrets with you. Set yourself some goals. Find something that motivates you, something that's real, internally, and something that won't disappear when that bottle runs out. More tips for washboard abs coming up later in the show.
True Form Life. This segment brought to you by CLC Fitness Center. Recipe of the week.
In this recipe of the week, you're going to get a 2-for-1. I often talk about preparation, always cooking more, so there's a meal ready to go that doesn't take time to prepare. In this recipe, I'm going to explain just that. A lot of the time, we only cook enough food for that meal. We're going to talk about how to cook extra food and make a brand new meal with leftovers for those who either don't know how or don't like to eat leftovers. I started out with an omelet. I throw in the bottom of a pan whatever fat I'm cooking with. In this case, it's coconut oil. While the coconut oil is transforming into a liquid, I'm chopping up veggies that I'm going to put in the omelet. I almost always use what's in the fridge. Rarely, if ever, do I go out and buy food just to make a particular meal. Sounds odd, I know, but we don't need to buy expensive food to eat healthy. We don't need to follow an exact list to make the food taste good or to get all the healthy ingredients we need in a meal. In this case, I had some red onion in the fridge along with mushrooms. I really love the flavor of mushrooms in my pasta and eggs. I also had some zucchini in the fridge, which I chopped up and added to the pan. While I'm waiting for veggies to saute in the pan, I'm cracking the number of eggs I'm going to eat with this meal in a separate bowl. In this case, I added 6 whole eggs. I chopped up some dill, threw them all together and beat them up. Once the veggies are sauteed to my liking, which is usually crunchy, not only because that's the way I like them, but because heat destroys most of the nutrients in our foods. So remember, always take out your veggies slightly crunchy, unless you're going to make mashed potatoes or cauliflower. That's pretty much it. This takes a very short time and doesn't take very much effort. Once the eggs are cooked, you're ready for your meal. This is a low-carb meal, so depending on your goals, you may want to add something extra like quinoa, which can actually be mixed in the eggs, or whole wheat bread with some peanut butter. Personally, I like the flavor of natural herbs like dill, and maybe some pepper and sea salt. If you have to, or for a change if you're eating eggs often, try ketchup, although watch out how much you use. You could turn a healthy meal into a not-so-healthy one, or add hot sauce. Here comes the 2-for-1. I cook 6 eggs with a bunch of veggies so I have extra food. If you're trying to gain weight, are a big eater, or eating for more than one, cook more eggs and add in some extra veggies so you're cooking enough for the next meal. The next meal is an omelet burrito. Sometimes I like to saute garlic and throw the already cooked eggs from the fridge in the pan and wait for them to heat. This may sound weird or like more work, but garlic, besides all the healthy benefits, is a nice flavor changer so your meal doesn't taste exactly the same. Once the eggs are warmed up, I pull out a whole wheat flax wrap from the fridge, throw the eggs on top. For additional flavor, more health benefits, and a different meal, I chop up cilantro, throw that on top with sliced avocado to get those healthy fats. And finally, if that burrito isn't bursting with flavor, I throw in a couple tablespoons of salsa and I'm ready to go. You've just placed yourself right smack in the middle of Mexico. All you need is a beach and a Corona. Stay away from the beers in the morning though. So there you have it, a 2-for-1. So next time you make a meal, be sure to cook a little extra and add some new flavor when you reach in the fridge for that already made meal.
True Form Life.
This segment brought to you by Health Street. Time now for Real People, Real Results.
All right, in this week's Real People, Real Results, we have a question sent in by you. How do I eat healthier when I'm traveling? The first thing we need to do when starting or living a healthier lifestyle is let people know. I don't know why this is such a big secret. We shouldn't have to hide the fact that we want to feel better about ourselves. We want to live better. We want to live healthier. Don't worry about people trying to hold you down. If they're real friends, they will support and encourage you. If they're not, then you should think about the people you're surrounding yourself with. Everyone knows I live a healthy lifestyle. Everyone knows there are some things I will eat and won't because I make it very clear. Why would I eat something to make someone else happier? Why would I live away for someone else? These are questions we should all ask ourselves. Are you doing this for yourself or someone else? It's time we start living for ourselves. It's time we start improving our quality of life and letting people know about it. When I visit friends or family, they try to cook healthier because they know that's the way I live. Sometimes they'll ask if I eat something, but at the very least, they'll make a healthy alternative. This is the main reason why I suggest you don't make your new lifestyle a secret. People will surprise you. Even those that you think won't be supportive will eventually come around. It doesn't hurt to ask. You can ask what they're having, or if they can make something different on the side for you. Don't think of this as presumptuous. Understand that these are the things you need to do if you're going to have these people in your life. And there's nothing wrong with bringing your own food. You should certainly ask or let people know you'd like to bring something different. They may be offended, but most of the time they'll understand, especially if you make it clear about your lifestyle changes. And again, if they don't understand, maybe you should reconsider where you're going and who it's with. If you're staying in a hotel, I can't stress enough to plan ahead. Try to stay in a place that's near a grocery store, not a place crammed with fast food restaurants. You should also try to stay in a place that has a fridge. The first thing you should do when you arrive is visit a grocery store. Load up on things that are healthy and easy to fix. Things like fruit and raw veggies can always be taken with you. Try granola bars or mixed unsalted nuts. Find things that are small that you can keep in those little mini fridges. Buy things that are easy to throw in a sandwich and take with you. Most of the time we don't spend much time in the hotel room, so bring things with you so you can package and take food along. The last trip I went on, I stayed at a friend's house. The first thing we did was hit the grocery store, so we were prepared for my stay. It's important for me to have healthy food around, and it should be important for you too. Being prepared does just that. Keeps you prepared so you don't have to stop at the fast food restaurant when you're starving because there's no other food around. And finally, remember that you are on vacation. It's okay to indulge once in a while. It's okay to have a night out on the town. Enjoy yourself without feeling guilty. This doesn't mean your whole trip has to be filled with unhealthy junk food. And if all else fails, if you give in to every temptation, every Corona or taco salad sitting next to the beach, enjoy it. Live it up. And don't beat yourself up. Because when you get home, it's time to get back on track. So next time you travel, pack some of these healthy tips in your suitcase. And don't let your vacation get in the way of your healthy lifestyle.
That was real people, real results. Now, back to the show.
The next thing I'm going to talk about is cardio to get those abs we're all after. Endless, boring cardio. The same thing day after day. As soon as you step into the gym, it feels like you're standing right next to Bill Murray in Groundhog's Day. You'd do anything to get out of that gym. But for some reason, someone instilled in your mind that jumping on the cardio machine is the only way to get rid of that stomach fat. It's proven that resistance training burns your metabolism up to 48 hours after a workout. Pure cardio can't come close to this statistic. This is the main reason you see people spending hours on a cardio machine and not getting the results they're after. What about a high-intensity workout? Could be interval training, which means you go hard for a short amount of time and then take a quick rest. How about a 20-minute round of circuit training to bump up that heart rate and get your body into that fat-burning stage? I'm telling you for a fact that using resistance training as your cardio, incorporating the two, you'll get much more results in burning fat and well on your way to that flat stomach or six-pack abs than you will on a cardio machine alone. And finally, let's talk about looks. I mean magazine looks. First and foremost, there's something wonderful out there called Photoshop, where they can make anyone look like a fitness queen. Don't believe everything you see or read. Many of those pictures are altered to such a degree, there's a good chance you won't recognize that fitness model if they're standing next to you in an elevator. On top of that, fitness models follow a strict diet, which consists of dehydrating not only with water, but with carb depletion before photo shoots. Meaning most of the time, those pictures you see of people in magazines isn't what they look like when they're not getting ready for a shoot. That's not what they look like in everyday life, which doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard or can't achieve your goals. Just remember your goals may not only be unrealistic, but they may not even be real. So there you have it, the truth right in front of you. Don't feel cheated or robbed if you're a firm believer in any of these common myths. They are common, and if millions didn't think the same as you, the industry wouldn't be $1 billion one. So next time you grab a magazine, are drawn to that magic pill or gimmick section of wherever you may be, take a pass, tie on those running shoes, and take a real step in the right direction to your dream abs.
True Form Life.
Riviera Massage and Day Spa is currently accepting resumes for a registered massage therapist. Hours are flexible. Ask for Darlene at 556-5949 or drop off your resumes at 4602 49th Street right here in Olds. Or you can email rivieramds@gmail.com. Again, Riviera Massage and Day Spa are currently accepting resumes for a registered massage therapist. And we'd like to thank Riviera Massage and Day Spa for being such a big part of our show.
True Form Life.
Our brand new promotion we're all excited about is bigger than anything we've offered before. It's called
New Year, New You Fitness Challenge. We're offering a free month membership, a kickstart to the new you in the new year. This is being offered to the person in the community who can best convey why they want to make a serious commitment for better health in 2012. Stop in at Refined Uptown Olds to fill out a short questionnaire to be eligible for this fantastic prize. This offer lasts until December